think there's going to be a few people already in the audience now watching this saying, "Oh, I want to do that too." So, but yes, I agree. You know, and we both agree on that very much, Tim. Life is too short. You need to enjoy it, and you know, it's not about the money at the end of the day, but it's what you can do with that money and the lifestyle that you can have, and you know, the possibilities that it opens when you work hard and you focus your effort in, you know, one thing at a time, one day at a time. You know, you eventually have the power, or you have the choices that you didn't have before, but because, as you said, you know, you focus on the now, and you do it now, and so later you can go and enjoy life at the end of the day. So we have a few more questions.
I wanted to ask Tim to share with him, you know, what he sees for the future. In 10 years' time, you know, who is Tim Erway and his family and his companies? You know, I really want to hear, you know, what you see for this vision, because I know that, you know, you've come so far in the last 10, 15 years as an entrepreneur. I know you're a multiple 8-figure earner, for those of you who didn't know. And for those of you who heard that Tim is investing 6 figures every year into mentorship. And, you know, probably you started investing very little in mentorship at the beginning and then grew up, and that allowed you to be a multiple 8-figure earner. But right now, you know, what do you see for the future? And then I think we want to ask you some questions about what your companies do, and how people can reach out to you as well.
Sure. So that's an interesting question, and I love that too. Again, love your guys' questions. And so as I gaze in my crystal ball, it appears to be a little bit hazy. No, I'm kidding. But the future is really bright. And let me be a little more specific on that answer. I love the process of building and growing. So the startup process fascinates me. However, and like everybody, and I think most people that are in an opportunity, that are entrepreneurs, often we can get this little disease. It's called shiny objectitis, and we can be distracted by shiny objects. And if you've ever looked into online marketing, you know what I mean, because it's a huge world. It can be totally distracting. You can get inundated with emails about, you know, what all these products and these push button systems and these, you know, all these things that promise the world. But at the end of the day, it's all about understanding focus and understanding the importance of consistency. And the grass is always greener on the other side. So for me, I love the process of starting new ventures, but I know that I have limitations personally, and I can't go and start all these businesses myself. So for me right now, what I'm doing and what I'm focused on is I'm focused on partnering with other people who really want to grow businesses, real world businesses. So for example, we have a call center. They work for us. We also have other people that they work for. That's a call center that we're in the process of acquiring right now. We have a personal care products company that it's a lab. We're in the process of acquiring that company as well. That's a company that started with a consulting relationship. We have, you know, Elite Marketing Pro. We're starting a digital marketing agency to service other people that want to grow their businesses online, whether they already have a business offline that they want to bring online, or for people that are online and really want to improve their marketing, their sales funnels, and, you know, use direct response marketing strategies along with the newer stuff with social media marketing and things like that. So absolutely really excited about marketing. It's a passion of mine, has been for a long time. And so the future for me is about starting new companies, but being more the idea and money guy versus actually rolling up my sleeves for every company and getting involved. But I still love being a part of growth companies. It's just so much fun, and I learn so much from working with them, and I know what I can contribute to startup companies. And so it's a lot of fun for me. So I get to live my shiny objectitis dream, but not really get sucked into doing it, and still stay focused on what I'm doing right now. Now, will it change? Absolutely. My passions change. It's an evolution, and it's always changing. And so what will I say 5 years from now about what's going to happen 10 years from now? I have no idea, but I know where I'm going right now. And I also know what that looks like for me. And you know what? It's interesting, because as I achieve my goals and as I start living the lifestyle, there always has to be a minute where you go, okay, now what? What next? So the focus for me moving forward, probably starting in the next 5 years or so, is going to be more on legacy and long-term contribution. So what is it that I can do generationally versus just in this lifetime? How can I make an impact generationally? How can I make an impact for my family, but also how can I make an impact in the world? So it's interesting because when I started out, my goals were I just wanted to make money. Man, I just wanted to quit my job. Man, I just hated my boss and I hated the drive and the 9-to-5 grind. I couldn't stand it. So that was my motivation. And as I've evolved, my motivation, or my inspiration rather, continues to evolve and grow. And I think everyone that's here, it's totally okay to have, the goals of, how is this going to help me, this network marketing business, what's it mean for me short term, because that's what's going to drive us to the next level. But I think it's also important to understand that it's an evolution, and always be evaluating. If you're not feeling inspired, then look at where your vision of you is, your greater you, the best you can be, and reevaluate that. And that's going to get you fired up. If you're on track and you feel it here, you'll know it. And that's what's going to keep you, doing the grind, because everything right now, the grind is happening. Right now we're building, right? We're building. If the purpose and the passion isn't there, it's going to be a grind. And if your passion's there, it's not going to be as much of a grind. It's going to be more flow. And you're going to feel that. You're going to feel inflow, or you're going to feel like you're pushing and you're grinding. So if you feel like you're meeting resistance and you're pushing and grinding, know that that's normal to an extent, but it should absolutely be spaced out by moments of flow and passion if you're doing what you love to do. And if your vision for where you're going is strong enough and it's pulling you towards where you want to be.
Wow, just that, what you gave, I think, people should really listen to it several times. That is some outstanding, incredible golden nuggets, advice, whatever you want to say. That is truly outstanding. Thank you for that, Tim. And, I really want you to share now, what specifically do you help network marketers with? I know the Elite Marketing Pro does so many things. And then at the back, you have what's working now. You should share that as well, and perhaps all the things that you can offer people.
Sure. About 80% of our customers and our clients are network marketers or direct sales. So we service primarily the network marketing niche, have for many, many years through magnetic sponsoring before Elite Marketing Pro. And so yeah, we absolutely help network marketers. The things that we help with network marketers with is branding, lead generation. So here's the thing. I said I had my weaknesses and limitations. My weaknesses and limitations in the past were talking to people one-on-one, were, doing the things that you're supposed to do to build a network marketing business. However, there's an aspect of network marketing that is really powerful, and that's building relationships. And that is so important. Expanding your network, building relationships, that's the glue. That's what keeps that long-term revenue, that long-term income coming in network marketing. And that also happens to be what keeps it working for us as well. But here's the thing, is there's no way that you can build a business in today's world and ignore what tools we have available to us right now. There's no way. If you want to go build it offline and talk to people and talk to friends and family, that's awesome. And it works for you and you like that, fantastic. However, I will let you know this, that there is a whole world out there where you can contribute value and attract people that really want to be a part of your team. And it's not a grind, and it's more fun because people are coming to you. We teach network marketers how to attract people to them. We teach internet marketers, affiliate marketers, information publishers, speakers, anyone who has a service of any kind, like doctors, lawyers. We teach you how to attract people to you. And we have one specific thing that really is geared towards network marketers. It's called Attraction Marketing Formula. And you mentioned What's Working Now as well. What's Working Now, I think, is our most undervalued resource we have. It's 5+ years, going on 6 years, chocked full of top earners in network marketing, of 6, 7, and 8-figure earners in network marketing. You could go in there. It's a gold mine of information, and it's $1 to try it out. So I'll make sure you guys have links to share with your folks on how they can get both of those resources. Attraction Marketing Formula, I think there's a one-time offer. It's $27, and that's going to get you the basic strategies for how to attract people to you, so you're not chasing them down. And then What's Working Now, if you really want to learn this online marketing thing and learn how to leverage it to the best of your extent, by all means, get What's Working Now. It's freaking fantastic. Anyway, that's enough on that subject. What do you have?
Everyone knows how to find those
definitely
things.
Make sure, as I don't know if we mentioned in this interview, what we do mention in all the interviews that we do is we are here to serve people and to help them to become successful in their own way. whichever way it is up to them to choose it. We're just here to facilitate as much as we can and serve them the best we can. Talking about serving, talking about all these things, we have just probably one or two more questions, Tim.
Sure.
And one might put you a little bit on the spot, I might say right now. But we ask this question to everyone. So let's assume, okay, for argument's sake, that Masha and I can grant you a wish, okay? And let's say that on a Friday night, we can grant you the wish to have dinner, okay? You can choose anybody, dead or alive, and you can have dinner with 3 people, okay? You and your wife and your 4 children can have dinner with 3 people. Who would these people be and why? Anyone?
Wow. Okay. All right. So let me think. That's interesting. Okay. I've got answers, I think. So you said dead or alive, correct?
Dead or alive. Anyone. Yes.
Really.
All right. So Steve Jobs would have to be on that list. The guy was absolutely insane, out of his mind. A lot of people couldn't stand him. He was completely nuts, but he was also extremely brilliant and very effective. And you could tell that by his results. And sometimes I think I'm a little nutty too. And I want to know how to deal with the nuttiness and balance that out with the brilliance. So I don't know. There's so much I want to ask him. He's someone I respect and I think and I admire. Another person that I would want to talk to is I want to talk to Abraham Lincoln. And the dude had the coolest hat. You know, it was like this big top hat. But the reason I want to talk to him is I really want to get to, I mean, he had to face some seriously serious trials and tribulations in his time as president of the United States. It was the North. It was brothers fighting against brothers. And talk about being able to be a problem solver. Talk about making the tough choices. Gosh, it would be interesting to figure out and get inside his head and figure out, you know, what made him make the decisions, the tough decisions, the hard decisions that he did, and how was he able to cope with that? And then also really just trying to understand the real cause of the war, because I'm kind of a conspiracy theorist. I don't think it was everything that we're told it was. So I want to kind of understand what that looks like. So that's 2 people. Who would the third person be? I would say probably Warren Buffett. Warren Buffett is, I'm actually going to Nebraska, let's see, next month. You know, I'd love to just stop by his house and say hi, but I'm going there for a martial arts seminar. I do martial arts as well. But Warren Buffett's one of the most brilliant investing minds in the world. And, you know, all the investing and how he built his company and all that stuff's fascinating to me. But I think I'm more interested in how he evaluates the value of companies, because there's a success leaves clues. And that guy understands how to look at companies and see where they're going to go. He could see the trajectory. He could see the inherent value in companies. And I'd like to know his methodology for evaluating companies and really picking winners. I think I could learn a lot from that. So those would be the 3 people. Steve Jobs come to mind immediately. I'll probably have a different answer if you ask me in another month. But Steve Jobs, Abe Lincoln, good old A with his tall top hat, and then finally would be Warren Buffett.
Wow, that is fantastic.
Yes.
And your explanation why it's really fascinating. We find, you know, when you get put on the spot sometimes like this, and the 3 people you choose actually shares a lot about who you are. And so thank you for sharing that. And it's, you know, sometimes a little personal when people share why, but it was really very, very cool. Yeah. So, you know, that's really a really amazing time we've had with you, Tim, and thank you for all those insights. I mean, you've shared so much about being an entrepreneur, you know, about being a successful network marketer, and I really do hope everyone who's watching takes you up on the offer of looking up those few links that we will share, because there's some free offers, there is some free resources, and they can tap into a whole, you know, community that you've built over the years and helped so many thousands and thousands and thousands of people become successful. But what are your last thoughts? What are your final thoughts you want to share with the Pajama Boss community, with people who are, you know, looking and striving to create success in the network marketing home-based business arena?
Yes, if there was one thing that somebody that is watching this right now, one thing that you would want them to live with, that one thing that probably will change the way they, you know, they keep going the rest of their life, let's say, what would that be?
I would have to say that the driver for me, the reason I am where I am today, I could give a lot of reasons. I could give a lot of advice in that respect. But I think the thing that kept me going is desire. And I think that desire to continue to grow has to be something that you nurture and foster and feed. And you constantly have to be looking at your level of desire, because we are all going to face challenges. We are all going to face obstacles. We are all going to face rejection. And we're all going to face trials and tribulations like good old Abe Lincoln. And so what is it that moves you forward and that drives you to continue to build your legacy, to build your business? And so how do you connect with desire? How do you create that? How do you reignite that? How do you invigorate your life and your goals and your dreams? It's all about creating the perfect vision for you. What is your vision, and how do you make that more impactful? How do you make that more powerful? What is the big driving factor for you? What do you want more of? What do you want less of? What do you hope to leave? What's your legacy? These are all questions that can help you build desire, and desire is absolutely essential. I'll say that's one. And then the other is learning effective communication, and understanding how to communicate and relate to people and human beings. Those two things, communication and always fostering and nurturing desire, those two things are going to get you super, super far in your business.
Wow, wow. We've certainly learned a lot in just this short, half an hour or so, Tim. Thank you so much for that. We're so inspired, what you're doing. And thank you for all those years that, we learned a lot from what you were doing. You've certainly been an inspiration for us for many things that we have done. So thank you for all that.
Thank you, guys. It's been a lot of fun.
And what we were saying again before, Team Erway, Elite Marketing, pro.com. That will be one of the links that you will have underneath this video, whether you're watching it in YouTube or in our pijamabosses.com blog. But he is the perfect example of what it is a real pajama boss, successful pajama boss, father of 4 children. He has multiple businesses, successful, all of them, and still humble enough to go through all the learnings that he has to do to get mentorship, to do what every single one of you guys is already doing or is going to start doing, because at the end of the day, is what Tim said, success leaves clues. So I guess you guys probably got lots and lots of value from today's interview. Tim, thank you so much. You're really, really an inspiration for us, and I guess it's going to be even more for our audience, definitely. And don't hesitate if you're watching this video to go to these links and get in touch with Tim and his group of support that he has for you. Because at the end of the day, it's all about service. It's all about helping people, and we want to help you to become real successful pajama boss. So thank you so much, Tim. Anything you want to add, Masha?
Just thank you so much again, and it's wonderful to have you.
It was an absolute honor and pleasure to be here. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye.